Hello, hi. Hello, can I be heard? I think I can be heard. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can be heard. Okay. I'm gonna start immediately right now because the summer game fest makes me very, very not calm, and I am just. I can't think. I can't speak. I can't. My ass is clenched. I just cannot think. I have like a bunch of those things to do in college, and I just cannot think. I just can't. All of my mind is just Code Veronica remake, Code Veronica remake, FF7, FF7 Revelations, FF7, FF7 Revelations, Tifa, and Street Fighter 6 in my mind. I just cannot think at all. I, I can't speak, but I just want to release all of this excitement. And after this, okay, this is just going to be a short stream. I just want to talk about Code Veronica. I just want to overanalyze it, just like any other Resident Evil game. I always overanalyze it, and also FF7 as well. But I'll do FF7 maybe like tomorrow because I think the Code Veronica my analysis of Code Veronica is going to be long as hell again because I really love Resident Evil. I consume Resident Evil lore like cocaine. I don't give a shit if it's bullshit. Yes, the story is fucking dumb in Resident Evil, but I consume Kingdom Hearts. I consume Blaze Blue lore. I consume Guilty Gear lore. I consume many contradictory lore, crazy lore, nothing makes sense, crazy everything in different regions and such. I consume. I am consume. I consume. I can't think. Oh, I can't believe like the Summer Game Fest was like 17 hours ago, and I'm in the Philippines, so the Summer Game Fest was in 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. And the funny thing is, this Saturday, like 16 hours ago, I have a class. So 5 to 7 a.m. I did. Uh, Summer Game Fest was 5 to 7 a.m. I have a class on 8 a.m. So I deliberately did not go to class that early, especially here in the Philippines where it's very traffic. And luckily, I didn't get late. I didn't get absent in my class. But yeah, I deliberately chose not to go early, or I deliberately chose to suffer the consequences of traffic in the Philippines to go to my class, to go to school. So yeah, 5 to 7 hours. Five no, not 7 hours. 5 to 7 a.m. was the Summer Game Fest here in the Philippines, and I I just after the Summer Game Fest, I just could not think during class. It was very hard for me to gather my thoughts and such. So, but okay. But luckily, it was just like a project making or like consultation time. So yeah, okay. I want to talk about consultation. I can't speak. Okay. 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 Whew, whew. Code Veronica. Code Veronica. Okay. Ooh, okay. Oh wait. Wait, no. Okay. Whew, okay, I am not. I need to relax first. Okay. So, okay. when the trailer starts, yes, this Code Veronica was announced first in the Summer Game Fest. So when the trailer like started, I honestly thought that it was I honestly thought that it was like Wolfenstein. I thought the game was like Wolfenstein, like, oh, it's in Paris, it's in Paris. So I thoroughly thought that, oh, it's in Wolfenstein. It's a Wolfenstein game. Wolfenstein. There's a new Wolfenstein. So yeah. So this is a trailer. The start. I didn't know it was gonna be Code Veronica. So I thought it was a Wolfenstein game since it's Paris. 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 And luckily, or funny enough, when I saw this finger and this like texturing or like modeling for the hand, it made me think like this kind of looks like RE Engine. I don't know because like RE Engine games look so not that weird. It just looks very distinguishable to like Unreal Engine. So I was like, huh, this look the hand, the forming of the hand, the rendering of the hand is very RE Engine like. So when I saw the hand, boom, yeah, the grandma opens the door. I don't know why, but the voice acting of the grandma really it's kind of funny. I don't know if the voice actress of the grandma is like an actual French person, but yeah. But I'm not gonna question that. But yeah, I honestly thought when I first saw this, I honestly thought that the grandma was going to die, like because the character obviously we're looking at the perspective of Claire, so and they deliberately made her silent. So I thought the grandma was when the grandma was opening the door and you see the shadow overlooming her. I honestly thought the person in the first person that we're viewing as is gonna grab her face and squish it. I'm like, oh god, no, please don't do the grandma. But luckily, it didn't happen. The American who called earlier. When she said the sister of the man at the third floor, I I and saw this texturing, like this texture of the floor. Yeah, like this is literally Renwood texture, like the cyan, the light cyan, like the light Miko hair cyan color pastel is very Renwoody. So when I saw the flooring, I was in disbelief, but I was still believing like, okay, this has not to be RE. This is not RE. This is not RE engine. No, 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 no. And when she said you have a brother in the third floor, I was still in denial. I like did like because like RE9 just released February, and you announce a new Resident Evil game back to back, and I was I was like, oh, they can't be possibly announcing another Resident Evil game when they literally just announced that RE9 is gonna have a DLC and RE9 just released February. So I was like, oh, maybe. I was like, I was in this. Like, I don't want them to like to fight over that. But obviously, RE fans are gonna consume it. Well, this RE fan is gonna be me. But so yeah. And then this old lady, I was immediately, yeah, this is RE engine. Like when I saw the hair, when I analyzed the hair, I immediately saw, yeah, this is RE engine because this hair texture, the hair rendering is very. It's nice to, she's just, I don't want her to die. I swear, I have found killed her. I'm gonna. But yeah, when I saw like the rendering of the hair, it's very apparent that it's very RE engine. especially the face model as well,
It's freezing.
and the shadow of and the
Come
lighting
in.
as
You
well
don't want
of her hair is very RE engine.
to catch a cold?
Yeah, catch the
I
cold.
hate to say it, but your brother is
Your brother is very odd, quite
quite
odd. When she said that, my mind was all about Code Veronica. Code Veronica. This can't be Code Veronica. I was in the dream. I can't. I was like, okay, this has not to be Code Veronica. This is not Code Veronica. RE9 is still developing their DLC, so I can breathe. Code Veronica has not to be Code Veronica. Code
here
Veronica.
we go.
Yeah, in we go. I was still in disbelief. Yeah. Messy room. Yeah. The room the desk reflects its owner. The desk reflects the personality of its owner. RE2 line. RE2 OG line. Oh yeah, Chris's
Look at that
room.
guy. He's made such a mess again.
It's very sweet.
I just cleaned it up a week ago.
That's very sweet. I just realized that. Yeah, the grandma just said, "I just cleaned it a week ago." Oh, that's so sweet. She deliberately chose to help Chris. That's very sweet. I like that. Very sweet grandma, and I hope she doesn't die. Just like any other RE side or RE NPC character that introduces the protagonist. Just like Sarah from RE8, the village, RE9, the nurse, the poor nurse that got chainsawed and such. And I hope this old lady doesn't get the same treatment as well. And I think I'm gonna share it
Just like
later.
a boulder rolled through here.
A boulder roll through here. I was still in disbelief. Still did not believe that this was Code Veronica. A boulder right through here. This is not Code Veronica. This is not Code Veronica. In my mind, I, I was fuming because I was like, I wish it was Code Veronica, but in my mind, it's like. It's Code Veronica, but it's Code Veronica because like RE9 just released it. I'm repeating myself. I'm so sorry, but like RE9 just released, and you're announcing a new RE game. But yeah, they're pump. Well, it's not that like very stranger with Capcom when it comes to RE games because back in the GameCube days of RE1 Remake and RE0, the they released RE1 Remake and RE0 together, and I bet Capcom's no stranger to that reason, to that tactic, I guess, to release games. But yeah, the boulder went through here.
Huh?
Sweet old lady, I hope you don't die.
Ah, the delightful
She's
biscuit.
so sweet. She's so
I'm
cute.
sure he won't notice if we help ourselves.
Uh
Oh, I'm so sorry. It must be the maintenance man from this morning.
huh. Maintenance
Won't
man.
be long.
Yeah, she's giving Renwood Hotel. Oh wait, not Rhodes. Oh God, not. I have to correct myself back. Rhodes Hill Care Center. What I said previously with the texturing of the hallway, which is this one. Sorry, it was supposed to be Rhodes Hill, not Renwood. This is a different one. But the Redwood Hotel attendant. I hope she doesn't get the same treatment as him. But yeah,
Ah,
old
the
lady,
delightful biscuit. Ourselves.
sweet
The
old
maintenance man
lady,
for
maintenance
Scarlet Bow with
man,
biscuit.
biscuit. She's so sweet. She's so very sweet. And then she closes the door, and then Hunk, deliberately Yeah, so Claire picks up. When I saw the jacket, saw the jacket right here. Wait, I thought it looks kind of brown. So it's like, oh, it looks kind of brown. Yeah, I bet it's not Claire. I hope it's not Claire. But yeah, wow, Chris has been very depressed lately, huh? I mean, he is investigating Umbrella during this time. So you have the cigarettes, the lighter, and some medication. No. And the camera and that's the camera, yeah. Smoking and such. Yeah, very Chrissy Redfield, I guess. And then Hunk knocks the door, and I hope the old lady doesn't die. So yeah, Claire investigates the peephole. During this time, I still wasn't very. I'm still not. I was still very like. I was still very in disbelief of it being a Code Veronica remake. But yeah, Claire Redfield opens the door and grabs by Hunk. When I saw this exact frame, it was Code Veronica. I was immediately, my disbelief is gone, and I was sure, yeah, it's Code Veronica because I immediately saw this gas mask. I was like, oh, it's so like it's Hunk. So I was, oh, it's Hunk, and then the ponytail thing, the ponytail, Claire's ponytail for me silhouette immediately gave me, yeah, this is Code Veronica. This is definitely Code Veronica, and this is now the time for me to overanalyze things. Yay! But yeah, interesting that they put Hunk here, and in lore, I believe I don't know which, I forgot which Resident Evil game or book, or not book, or any, I forgot, but states some lore thing about like Hunk is that he trained specifically in Rockford Island. So I am very excited and very happy that they put Hunk in this, and yeah. So I believe I have like the Resident Evil RE code. I forgot. Resident Evil TikTok. Oh God. Yeah, I've been listening to Alexia theme ever since, because I'm gonna talk about it later in the TikTok. And I searched to TikTok, so I was like, what they think about it, even though I don't use TikTok that much. Uh, there's the website there. This one. Are you kidding me? 01 day 22 1984 or something like that. Yeah, Code Veronica. Yes, Claire, and I love the color. Not, I love the key art. Not the concept art. It's the key art of Code Veronica, and I can't speak. So yeah, here's Code Veronica. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 3 months have passed since the biological disaster in Raccoon City. Claire Redfield having survived with Leon S. Kennedy and Sherry Burke and Charles of friends served for brother Chris Redfield. Okay, yes, yes. And I love Claire's. And a consular terror incident, she has her hands to her brother in prison on Rockford Island by Special Umbrella Special Forces Unit. So, yes, so Hunk is still part of Umbrella Forces, and I, yeah, because during the part of Code Veronica, Wesker is like part of the HCF, and HCF is like against, well, they're like rival companies, but HCF is basically Wesker's an organization during this time. So during Code Veronica, that is when Wesker introduced, or this is when the the organization of HCF comes from, which is Wesker's organization, which he deliberately said that to William Birkin during the events of RE0 when he was like, oh yeah, Code Veronica, oh umbrella, blah 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 blah, during the code, or during the RE0 cutscene with like William Birkin. He was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna defact umbrella and do my own thing and what, and then William Birkin is like, oh, Whisker, please, you're gonna mm, be silenced by umbrella, blah 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 blah. But oh yeah, I don't give a damn. And then Wesker's like, I don't give a damn. Okay, I'm just gonna leave, but for my own organization, which is HCF. I forgot what the acronym of HCF is, since HCF is not very well known, but well, we don't know if they're the connections. We might not know. They might know they might be under the connections, which is the big secret organization. But yeah, Code Veronica hunk the a forest. I don't know which part is this the part. I know this kind of looks like the Rockford prison or the man, I'm so excited, but at the same time so scared. Uh, what? Let me share those opinions later. Later. So yeah, the vents. I don't know which part of this is in the in the original Code Veronica. It's been a long time. Like wait, 4 years since like what my third playthrough of Code Veronica. So I was like, so I am very still in a groggy area, so I don't know anything. But obviously, I still remember piece more main lore bits of Code Veronica. So yeah, when I saw this the first time, wow. Yep, it's Veronica. V Veronica. And then this is the terminal that I believe Claire is like with Claire is like typing and sending an email. I don't know, wait. I don't think this is the part area. But this is the part I think where like Claire is like typing email to Leon to Chris, which is which can be like a very contradicting thing about its story. But that like why didn't Claire just send a message to Leon so that Leon send to Chris? Like we didn't even know that Leon knew Chris. Because how does Leon know when to contact Chris? So yeah, it can be like a very contradicting thing. I hope if in the story, but you know it's a remake. I hope they like change it a little bit. Just like what they changed with like RE4. I mean RE4 remake story is still the same mostly. And then this shot right here is when I said yeah. I mean, Hunk and seeing Claire's silhouette already made me like yeah that's Code Veronica, right? Yeah, that is Code Veronica. But yeah, this shot right here, the dragonfly with the ants. Yep, that is the cutscene, the flashback or not the flashback scene, the cutscene of Alexia and Alfred Ashford. Well, Alfred Ashford peeling the wings, peeling them both peeling the wings of the dragonfly, and feeding it to the ants. So I'm like, yeah, that's Code Veronica. That is Code Veronica, and yeah, I'm so like I can't think. Like my mind is like going over. Yeah, REV zombie hands right here, and then I don't know which part of that. I don't know what's this, but probably is Rodriguez, but that's not Rodriguez. I think that's just a security officer that died. Then Rockford Prison. This is where we meet Stevenson, Steve Burnside. This is the Rockford Prison. Since we're there in the image of Rockford Prison, let me. I need to think. I have to breathe. Jeez. Okay. Rockford Prison. Rockford Prison Island. Rockford prison, the prison itself, is the worst map of any. Well, not any, but it's one of the worst maps to explore. I did not like how Rockford is like very like it's very like linear in the sense that it's just very boring to walk through, and I hope they fix the formation of the island, the formation. Well, I hope they fix every map design of Code Veronica, because I did not really like Rockford. I did not really like Rockford Prison. I kind of like the Ashford Mansion, and I wasn't a big fan of the Antarcticas. Like, I swear to God, like, yeah, it's just like I said, it's been like 3 years since I played like my third playthrough of Code Veronica, and I I forgot everything about the Antarctica stage, the Antarctica map of Code Veronica, because I deliberately hated that area. I hate the Antarctica stage of Code Veronica, and I just wish that I hope they fix it. I hope so. I hope they fix it. I hope they fix the map design of the Rockford Island, Rockford Prison, and make it non-linear as much, and during the not linear as much as the original Code Veronica. That's it. That's what I want to say. Okay, just okay. Let me breathe. Yes, that's just what I want to say. Good. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. Yes. When I saw this this like this side profile of like the REV, and the side profile of Claire Redfield, her ponytail, her red. Yeah, I just could not breathe anymore. This is the opening cinematic, and this shot is the opening cinematic of the opening cinematic of the original Code Veronica. And this deliberately tells me that I hope they did not cut the opening of Code Veronica. It seems like in the start of the trailer, they're going to do the Grace Ashcroft thing where she goes to Renwood Hotel and investigate in first person. It's the Renwood Hotel, and that's like very cinematic. And I think Capcom is going to utilize that to the start of this game. So this is gonna be like the very start of the game where Claire's like, I'm gonna like, investigate where Chris's area is, and then she gets captured by Hunk. Then I believe, and I hope that Hunk puts her in the European Umbrella branch, where the opening of the original Code Veronica starts. So Hunk transferred Claire to the European branch of Umbrella, and she got imprisonment, and then and then Claire escapes through the imprisonment of the European branch, the Umbrella European branch, and then initiates the opening of the original Code Veronica, and that's when we already meet. So that's when we already meet like Rodriguez, and I hope that's it. And I'm gonna say, but why would Hunk put Claire in the European branch of Umbrella when she could just be sent to the Rockford Island? I think that if Hunk captures Claire and puts her in the European Umbrella branch, I bet I bet they're gonna make like a reasoning of like, oh, they want to like experiment on Claire because like Claire is in Raccoon City during the time of the incident, so 3 months before that. So they want like maybe like we can test on her. Maybe we can like like maybe she has like some infection, which is obviously there is an infection which is called the infection, the Raccoon City syndrome in RE9, and that is why where the fuck is Claire Joyner? But yeah, so yeah, the Umbrella's gonna like, oh, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna experiment on Claire because she wasn't a survivor. She was one of the people who exploded Umbrella and destroyed William Birkin's work, and another dead. So yeah, Claire, boom, Claire is like, oh yeah, we have to escape. So yeah, opening. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, yeah. I hope that's how its opening sequence is. Claire goes to Paris, goes to the old lady's place, gets captured by Hunk. Hunk transfers her to the European Umbrella branch, and that's when she initiates the iconic opening of Code Veronica X. Code Veronica. Then the Golden Lugers. The Golden. The Golden Lugers. Now give me the Lugers. Now give me the guns, and I can trade you with this Luger. Like, oh sweet. Oh wait, it's empty. Oh. I remember that cutscene from like 3. I remember that cutscene with Steve. But yes, the Golden Lugers plays a vital role in one of the puzzles of Code Veronica. Yes, puzzles of Code Veronica. And this is. Let me. Whoop. Well, well, well. Look at here. Is that reddish brown? Is that brown? Yep. It's Stevenson. Steven Burnside. You need to breathe, Jesus. Okay. I need to gather my thoughts. Okay. Don't like my mind is over the place. But I need to be very specific. Okay? Just talk about Steve only. Steve only, Steve only, Steve only. Steve. One of the most hated, controversial character of all of RE. Which for me personally, I love Steve. I love Steve. I'm not very like up against him. I really like his character. Um, he's very controversial when he was released back in 2000, and many people hated him because of his obviously his VA is very um. Oh, you look Claire. My name is Steve. No, no, beautiful. You're not gonna follow me around. So I don't want you to slow me around. And father, something like that. Yes. Yeah, Steve. Personally, in the remake, I bet they're going to improve his character so much. I think they're going to go to the Dark Side Chronicles route with Steve, which in Dark Side Chronicles they made him very palatable. They made him very, I know, they made him very not annoying to the amount of people. So when you talk to like a Cold Veronica fan, they'll be like, oh, like Steve, yes, Steve, original Steve is very wacky. But Dark Side Chronicles, they really improve upon him as a character, which they obviously deliberately removed the very uh that kind of voice with Steve, and they made him very palatable in terms of being a character. So in the remake, I bet you're going to go to the Dark Side Chronicles route of making Steve a very palpable character. Palpable, ugh, I can't speak. Palatable, palatable. Anyway, yeah. Uh, they're gonna go to the Dark Side Chronicles route with Steve, and they're going to improve upon his backstory, why he's in Rockford Island, because he's been captured because his father is working under Umbrella, working on Rockford Island, and he gets captured because of that, because he wants to look for his father. And I forgot if he talks about his mother. But obviously, the only thing I remember more about Steve is his iconic lines and his iconic scenes, which is his father route, father scene. But uh, yeah, he gets captured by Umbrella. He gets captured by Umbrella, and then he gets in prison. I don't know. Yeah, he wasn't in Rockford prison that well, I believe. Yeah, he's not very long in Rockford prison, and he wants to find his father, and they're going to improve his character, just like what they did with Luis. I like what they did with Luis in RE4 remake, because RE4 OG Luis is where Luis Seta. I didn't really like his character in OE or RE4 OG. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I'm very sorry. Excuse me. um. But yeah, Luis Serra. They improve upon his character in RE4 remake, especially in separate ways. They improve his character, and I love his Luis Serra even more in RE4 remake compared to RE4 original. And I bet they're going to improve so much more upon Steve, and they're going to make him very like wacky but palatable, wacky but not cringy as much. So yeah, I'm very excited for Steve, and I hope that. Oh yeah, some about his transformation. The the infamous one of the soft locks of the original Code Veronica, which is the Steve chase, which is basically he turns infected because of Alexia, and then he grabs the axe and then he swings it all around. And I personally think that they're going to do the not do the oh my god, what the fuck am I talking about? Okay, they're going to make Steve, I believe, I hope, or maybe not, they're going to make Steve like a boss fight, just like Dark Side Chronicles. In Dark Side Chronicles, they made Steve like a boss fight. And he like jumps around, and then you and Chris is like shooting him like, "Oh, Steve, you don't remember me, Steve? No, Claire, we have to kill him. No, Chris, please don't shoot." But anyway, yeah, they're going to make it's either they're going to make Steve a boss fight to make it more like to make it more like sad, because RE4 OG, not RE4 OG, Code Veronica OG, the scene of very chase is very janky and very soft lockable. If you don't have like a healing spray or like a healing item at all, you're just fucked and you're gonna get hit. And yeah, they didn't test that game at all. But yeah, I bet they're going to change the Code Veronica route. What the fuck am I talking? They're going to change the Steve infection, the infected scene, to a boss fight. So yeah, and oh my god, I forgot one of like the best OST in Darkside Chronicles is Steve's boss fight theme. It's so good. Okay, let me just search it. Oh god, you're just gonna see my 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 homepage. Oh god, there's Deadlock. I've been playing too much. And every night with Jasmine? Okay, Code Veronica, Darkside Chronicles, not Darkside Chronicles. Okay, that's just wrong spelling. Steve Sorrow. It's Sorrow. I believe it's Sorrow. Steve battle theme is so good. Yeah, Sorrow. This is like the best boss theme ever. Like Code Veronica Veronica has such a good theme, a good music, good. I know this is from Dark Knight Chronicle, but this is still Code Veronica, okay? Dun 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 yeah 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 na na da 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 dun 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 dun. So yeah, I hope they. Oh shoot! It's so loud. I'm like my mic is speaking. Oh, 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 oh. It's so good. Code Veronica music. Which reminds me, Code Veronica music. I am I'll be very pissed if Capcom messed up the music. Code Veronica music is very orchestral, and it is like the most music in terms of RE. The remakes, the modern RE is very, you can tell, is a very atmospheric, and there's nothing wrong with that. RE4 remake, yeah, they did put sadder theme, like very orchestral themes, but when it comes to Code Veronica, it's very music heavy. There's so many areas in Code Veronica where there has music. There are some areas in Code Veronica OG where it's atmospheric, but most of the time it has music. And RE2 remake, they kinda messed up the music with that. RE4 remake, there are some orchestral music, and they would remake it, and especially like, separate ways with Ada theme and whatnot. But I want them to push forward with the music in Code Veronica. Push, 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 push. Kick that effort. Kick that effort. They have to put effort in this game. Because because Resident Evil Code Veronica has an amazing soundtrack that they have in their hands, and if they mess that up, I don't know what to do anymore. Obviously, yeah. I love. Steve's battle theme is so good. Da da dun, 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 da da dun. I'm just vibing. Man, I love Code Veronica. But I still, yeah. Yeah, Steve. Let's continue on the trailer. But yeah, Steve is there. I said with Steve, I hope they are going to improve his character. And then we have the Ashford Mansion with the balcony where Alfred just shoots you and such. And yeah. And I hope, obviously, they're going to make Claire very spunky. Just like Alice Court. Just like the original Claire Redfield. Just like the original, like, Code Veronica where Claire is very spunky. And I love Alison Court's voice work with Claire during this part. What Redfield, ooh, you infiltrated the base, blah blah blah, and put the zombies and such. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're blabbering about. Like, I wish. Well, they are gonna. I hope they retain her very hard personality that Claire has, which they did in R2 remake with was with when Chief Irons tied her up, and Claire literally just like, I'm gonna get you, you fucker. And then obviously the scene where in R2 remake where Claire deliberately jumped on the platform and called and said another, trust me, this ends now. So I'm very they're going to make Claire so snappy, and I'm very excited. They're still gonna keep her personality, which is I really like about Claire and Code Veronica. So yeah, so we have the Ashford Mansion. For me personally, I like the Ashford Mansion. In terms of map design, yeah, I really liked it. In terms of like look and texture feeling, I guess texture feeling, the what it looks like, yeah, and I hope they improve upon it even more in the map design. And then here, la da da, Alfred Ashford. Ha, Alfred Redfield. What did you do to my base? Alfred and Alexia Ashford. For me personally, Alexia Ashford and Alfred Ashford are like one of the best Resident Evil villains. And I know people are like, incest, incest, incest. Like, no. You have to understand that these two are not even the biological father of oh my god, I forgot Richard Ashford. My RE lore. I'm a fake fan. But wait, let me just search upon it. It's something R Richard. It's not. Wait. Darkside Chronicles. Steve, help me. Yeah, okay. It's not Richard. It's Alexander Ashford. Yeah, Alexander Ashford is one of the three leading founders of Umbrella Corporation with Spencer and James Marcus. And the twins are basically just genetic clonings that Alexander Ashford created to see once the the T code, and then yeah, he raised them to be very like smart, and he noticed that one of the Ashford twins, which is Alexia, is very she's a prodigy child, and she's like very smart. So again, I had to like breathe. Oh, I'm so sorry. If you hear that, I'm so sorry. Okay, Alexia Ashford, she's a prodigy child. She's the one who created the T code for the T Veronica virus, and oh my god, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, he created the T code. She created the T Veronica virus, and she injected herself with the T Veronica virus, and then after that, she puts herself in a cryostasis sleep, so that so that the T code Veronica virus that she injected herself with gets to be very like comfortable with her body, because if you notice in every Resident Evil, whenever the villain injects himself, whether it could be uh it could be like Irvine from RE5, Resident Evil Revelations 1. I forgot the final boss, but Morgan. No, it's not Morgan. That's different. But Revelations 1, which is the final boss, he injected himself with the T Abyss virus, which is fun fact. The T Abyss virus is connected to T Veronica virus. But anyway, When you notice like the villains of Resident Evil inject themselves with the virus, they turn immediately into grotesque monsters and lose control of themselves. Except for like Lady Dimitrescu, which she purposely said that she can transfer back to her human form because obviously she's one of the four High Lords of the village. But anyway, normal people, the normal scientists of Resident Evil villains, especially even Albert himself, Ouroboros kind of rejected him. Well, yeah, Ouroboros like rejects his body because he had to like take the serum that Excella gives him to him. So you can tell that the villains of Resident Evil cannot control it whatever, except for the four High Lords of like RE8. But when it comes to Alexia Ashford himself, she controls DT Veronica virus very good because she puts herself in a cryostasis sleep, which cryostasis sleep for like how many, I forgot how many years. But yeah, she puts herself in a cryostasis sleep to make the T Veronica virus comfortable with her body, and that's why she's like one of the like most powerful villains of Resident Evil, even surpassing like Albert Wesker, because Albert Wesker had to like rely on Excella or Tricel's serum just for him to like control Ouroboros inside of him. Okay, jeez. Wait, let me just wait. Okay, I'm so sorry, but yeah, the T Veronica virus. Yeah, the Ashford twins. Yeah, and then since we're really on topic of the Asher twins, and yes, I know, the most controversial thing about Code Veronica is you can tell it's very like 2000s games. The cross-dressing term, and then the uh, Claire calling Alfred like a cross-dressing freak and such, and the incest part of like Alexia and Alfred, like the connotations. Not they didn't deliberately say that, but there's like some hints about that. But in the Code Veronica, I think they're going to tone down the relationship, like the kind of relationship that Alexia and Alfred are gonna have. Obviously, he's still going to be very loyal to his sister, but they won't be have that like very question mark relationship within both. And then when it comes to Alfred, about like oh no, like dressing up as Alexia because he feels very lonely and he's very like devoted to Alexia. And obviously the scene where he like reveals himself that oh no, there's no Alexia in the first half of the game, like oh no, there's no Alexia because Alexia is dead, boo boo. And then because Alfred is like dressing up as Alexia and then having this like very weird like mentally not well exchange with himself with the presence with like Alexia. And I like um I'm not very like very smart with this the mental thing about like Alexia but Alfred, but I hope that they won't tone down as much, and I hope that they make it obviously less very offensive. And obviously they're going to cut off the you cross-dressing freak to Alfred. They're obviously going to cut that line. But they're going to cut that line obviously. And I hope that yeah, they're going to tone down the relationship between Alexia and Alfred, but I hope that they're going to ease up. Like, they're going to like at least like make it palatable when it comes to Code Veronica. Code Veronica, this is like the story of Code Veronica because Code Veronica's story is like very good. It has the best storylines in any RE game, and obviously RE games story is mostly like B action horror, B action movies, so they're not very like complex. Which is for me personally, I don't really mind like B action horror movies. Like I don't care as long as the game is fun. The story, the characters, like I don't really care if they're very complex. I really like for me personally, I really love simple characters more than complex characters that much. That's why I like Kirby. I know Kirby's lore. Yes, I also consume Kirby lore. But yeah, most of the time, like simple characters like Mario, 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 even Link. Well, but anyway, like I'm very like I really like more simple characters, and I don't really mind if they're going to very complex the story of Code Veronica, or like anything at all. I don't care as long as they don't change too much and cut too much of Code Veronica, just like what they did to RE3. And RE3 doesn't even have like a very, very complex story. It's just really just a chill escaping through Raccoon City. But yeah, uh, I see. But yeah, Alfred Ashford, Alfred Ashford, Alexia. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. What are you gonna do with them? And if they're oh yeah, and also, and if they're going to put like Alfred Ashford boss fight in Dark Side Chronicles, Alfred Ashford does have a boss fight in the carousel, which is very like whoa, what the hell are we in Silent Hill? Like the carousel boss fight, the Sybil, the Alessa, Dark Alessa boss fight. Geez, okay, we're in Silent Hill. Yeah, on Dark Side Chronicles, you fight Alfred dressing up as Alexia, and then you fight him in like a carousel. And I hope, well, let's just hope that they put it there because like it's kind of unique. It's very unique. And no, there's not that much boss fights and doing happening in the carousel. So I'm very excited. Very excited they're gonna add like a boss fight with Alfred and such. Yeah. Then Rockford Island, we see what's that? You see the tower as well, and then you see the mansion. You see the Rockford prison, and then we see the mansion over here. Yeah, you can see that's the mansion. The mansion, and then Hunk.
Don't move. Claire Redfield.
Claire Redfield. Hunk and Claire Redfield, and I'm glad that they made put Hunk in like the story even more. Which yeah, I'm very happy that they're utilizing Hunk as like a not sort of like a faceless character, but because like Hunk is such an interesting phenomenon. There's a character like he doesn't have any character at all, but you know, in just the first glance or like see his actions, that you know what kind of person he is. So I'm very like excited and very happy that they're utilizing Hunk, even though he's like a faceless character. He's still like very effective, like a simple effective character that much. And then Claire Redfield. When I first saw this model, I really thought it was like it was different from RE2 remake. I thought it wasn't like Jordan Mac A1, Jordan's face model. I thought, oh god, wait, I'm so sorry, but I honestly thought it was not Jordan McEwan, but it was actually it's still Jordan. It's just that they improve upon RE2 remake, in which made me like it's still Jordan. Yeah, it's still Jordan. The face model is still Jordan, the same face model from R3 remake. And I when I like first saw this angle, because you have to remember that yeah, I honestly thought like they changed the face model of Claire, but it's still the same. It's still Jordan McEwan, but obviously angles when you learn like photography and such, you know that angles it's gonna distort the face. But yeah, it's like it's very like sharp and such, and it's very like fixed. It's very like they really like, improve upon their face model. And when I first like saw this, I was like, oh yeah, did they change it? But then I realized something. RE2 remake released in 2019. 6 years ago, which made me have goosebumps. Like, wow. RE2 remake was like six. I. It feels like it just released 2 years ago, but it's 2019 RE2 remake. So Capcom improved upon their face capture of Jordan McEwan and very. I'm so sorry if I'm like butchering Jordan's family. I'm just gonna say Jordan. But Jordan's face, they really improved upon. It's still RE2 remake face model Claire, but they really improve upon the RE engine to really capture her face. And it's just like very I'm just like very happy, and it's just insane to think that RE2 remake is like 9 years, like not 9 years, 6 years, like 2019, like 2019, and it's already like 2026, 2027 when this game's gonna be released. So like 7 years, 6 years. I can't think. I can't do fucking basic math, but yeah, 2019 and then 2027. Wow. Yeah, this is. Yeah, Claire, Veronica, and then the symbol, Claire's back symbol, and it's still out, still not yet colored, which is kind of sad, but I'll take it. It's very visible right now because like an RE2 remake, you literally cannot see the design of Claire's jacket. This design. So yeah, I'm glad that they really like made it like stand out more. Like you can clearly see it now, compared to like RE2 remake where you have to like go face front in the screen just to see the symbol, just to see the Valkyrie, the Maiden Heavens. Yeah. So Resident Evil Veronica, and then interesting enough, they removed the code. I wonder why. I wonder why. Maybe because of the Elpis. What's what's Spencer's Spencer's code? Hope. What's Alexia's code? Veronica. But yeah. uh yeah, code Veronica. And then there's a scene here where Claire's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then the prisoners that got infected. Yay! Code Veronica 2027. Okay. Yeah, it's still Jordan McEwan. If you Jordan, it's still Jordan. Yeah, it's still Jordan. Yeah, it's still Jordan. I just literally like Jordan. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Where's the C? Where's the okay there. Claire. Well, let's just go to the Claire. Claire. Okay. Claire herself. And what I want for Code Veronica. One thing that I want for Code Veronica to do. Well, hope. Hope. Elpis. You know by the night. What I hope Code Veronica will fix or add or anything at all is to make Claire the protagonist to do the final boss. Code Veronica OG. I hated that you spent 80% of the time as Claire, 20% as Chris, and then those 20% is the final boss for Chris. Like he fights Alexia, which is like what? This is Claire's game, not yours. And then like Claire just becomes like, I'm going to prepare the jet. Well, you do the Alexia boss fight, okay? I'm just gonna be here preparing the jet. I'm just gonna wait for you. Like, no, this is Claire's game. Go fight Alexia. You're the one who encountered Alfred. You're the one who like went through all this shit just to not be the character that finals the face the fights the final boss, which pisses me off that they uh, which pisses me off because I remember my first playthrough of Code Veronica. Like, I was one of the people who deliberately did not give any shit to Chris. Item inventory. So when I fought like the final boss of Veronica, I have to like I have to like endure the pain because I gave everything to Claire. I gave everything for her. I gave everything the the grenade launcher, the crossbow, anything, everything, the guns. I gave her everything. I gave her the health spray. I gave her the but yeah, I gave her everything, and you're telling me she's not the one who's facing Alexia? Chris doesn't know what the fuck was happening in Rockford Island. He just met Rodriguez, and that's it. And then he just went, and he just like went against with Wesker, and that's it. That's all what he did. And then he just fights Alexia, and like, I bet if you're like in Chris's perspective, you're fighting a random woman that you don't even know. But when you play, but so it doesn't feel as impactful because when you play as Claire, you went through all of Rockford Island, to the Ashford Mansion, to learn more about, uh, to learn more about the Ashford twins, the prison and such, the history of it, the place. So you play as that with Claire, and so it sounds real as like it's not as like impactful when you just play as Chris. And then like the revisit of Rockford Island with Chris is so fucking pointless because the only thing that's like um substantial about it is impactful about like Chris revisiting Rockford Island is Chris Chris meeting with Wesker, and that's it. After that, he went to the Antarctica base just to rescue Claire. So he went to Rockford Island just to meet up with Wesker, which pisses me off. So he doesn't know really that much about like the Ashford twins. Because Claire is the one who investigates, who went through all of that just to not be the main character of the final boss, and facing the final boss. So that really pisses me off because this is her game, not Chris's. Chris is like Ashley. Ashley when you play as Ashley in RE4 Remake. Yeah. So yeah, I still have other things to talk about. I forgot because I'm like rambling. But yeah, Chris, which is one time. Stop. Okay, I have to think properly. But anyway, cool. Okay, one of the most hated parts of original Code Veronica is the switch between Chris and Claire. I hope, obviously, they're going to fix that. Obviously, Capcom is gonna fix that. But I hope that they fix the zapping system between Claire and Chris, because one of the problems of Code Veronica OG is that Chris is whatever you put in the item box as Claire, it's going to transfer as Chris. So many players who don't know that you're going to zap to Chris, like even though know that Chris appears in this game, appears in Code Veronica, they don't know that they have to like leave items in Rockford Prison because Chris is going to need them. So if you're playing as Chris and you go to Rockford Island and you check the item box, you're just fucked because you didn't leave anything at all. So yeah, obviously Capcom is gonna fix that. But that's like one of the most gripes I have with like original Code Veronica, which is what happened to me in my first playthrough of Code Veronica. I didn't know that. I do know that Chris was gonna appear, but I didn't know when he's gonna appear. So yeah, when I switched, he has nothing. To be honest, like in Code Veronica OG, if they could just not like animated Chris, yeah, because when you start to play as Chris, he climbs the walls of like Rockford Island. He climbs it, and he has like a bag filled with items. So in that cutscene, literally Chris's bag, he dropped his bag. Well, he almost got hit with like the rocks, so he has to like dodge it, and then his bag is like it fell down. So his all of his like inventory items, like his items, are like gone, which I like in OG Code Veronica, they could have just not done that. They could have just not make Chris drop his his bag while he's climbing like the walls of like Code Veronica, like the walls of Rockford Island, so that there's like, so that the players who did not know that you will be fast zapping to Chris has already like predetermined items. Like he already has like items. He has like a med spray, a shotgun, an AK, a pistol. So the players, the new players who are playing Code Veronica OG, don't have to be soft locked and like get in like no items at all for Claire. I don't know, for Chris. So yeah, the zapping system between Chris and Claire, they're going to fix that. But that's like one of my gripes about the OG Code Veronica. And then the main problem, one of the main problems of Code Veronica is backtracking. I hope that they fix I hope that they fix the backtracking of Code Veronica, because there's so many times that you have to backtrack in this game. Like you have to backtrack from start to finish. Rockford Island prison, to Rodriguez, to the mansion, the Rodriguez, the lighter, the code. Yeah, and then like there's I still remember like the chemicals. Like I remember being stuck in that area, and then trying to find where this chemical is to combine to get like to move forward. And then the most of the chemicals was like in like a random ass room that you just passed through. So it's like so like annoying. I know backtracking is like a core thing about like survival horror, but like when you done it like not very good, it's not very good. Like I like backtracking if it's like moderately, like you moderately like, do a backtrack, but when it's like done every time and with no like explanations to why you have to go back, to Rodriguez, you have to go back to the mansion, you have to go back to Rodriguez, you have to go back to mansion, and blah 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 blah, and like, dude. And then the thing is that the enemies of like Code Veronica and the OG Code Veronica, it's like Code Veronica X, they the enemies like respawn. So like I believe they respawn. I forgot. Yeah, they do some parts they do. Like they respawn, like you respawn right there, right there. The backtracking is like very like hard. Yeah, the backtrack. Obviously, you're going to fix that, and I hope that with the backtracking, they're going to make the map design of Cool Veronica very interesting. If they're going to like, there's going to be like backtracking, which I bet there's gonna be is. It's survival horror, so they're going to put some backtracking in it. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited of what they're gonna do with Rockford, the Antarctica base and such. So, so let's go with the let's go to more things that I still remember from my third playthrough of Code Veronica like 3 years ago. Yes, one of the things that is the enemies of Code Veronica. The enemies of Code Veronica. Obviously you have the standard zombies, the grave digger, the dogs and such. But one of the most unique enemies of the Code Veronica, specifically for Code Veronica, is the Bandersnatch, and Nosferatu. That's like the most prominent like uniqueness of Code Veronica's enemies. And I am excited for the Bandersnatch. I'm very excited on how they animated him, because I really like how they animated the I can't really think. I can't really think. Because I really like how they animated the regenerators in. Oh, somebody text me? No, no. Wait, I can think. But I'm very happy that I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Um, I have to drink water. Wait. I have to drink water. So, the ultimate gift of Alexia. Go, Alexia. I'm going to drink water for a while. I'll just be back. Hi, I'm back. Okay. After taking the water break, I just realized something. I've been calling Rodrigo Rodriguez. I don't know why. I mixed them up. I'm so sorry. So for the people that like very pissed off with what am I talking about, I've been calling Rodrigo Rodriguez. The dude that gave you the lighter in the start of the like and then captures Claire in the original Code Veronica opening. I just realized, yeah, that's Rodrigo, not Rodriguez. You know what? Like they have like similar starting, and I'm like very overwhelmed. So I'm just very sorry. It's supposed to be Rodrigo, not Rodriguez. So I'm so sorry. Now I'm a fake fan. Okay. Whew, that water break was so good. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Yeah. What am I talking about again? Okay. Uh yeah, the zapping system, the backtracking. Yeah, I remember that. The enemies, yes, the enemies. I'm very excited on what they're going to do with the Bandersnatch and how they're gonna animate him because obviously like they animated their generator and RE4 remake is so good. So I'm very excited what they're gonna do with the Bandersnatch in Code Veronica and make him very interesting. Like you can see him like snatching, like stretching his arm on the ceiling, and grabbing his things, and grabbing and throwing at you, or like grabbing you from far. Like yeah, there's so much he can do, like stretchy one arm gold man or something. Yeah, I'm very excited with the Bandersnatch. And then uh okay. And then the Nosferatu, yes. In lore, if you don't know, in Code Chronicle lore, Nosferatu is Alexander Ashford. He's actually Alexander Ashford. I believe Alexia did that to him because like obviously like Alexander was like, I want to dispel my clone children or something like that. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna, and then Alexia was like, yeah, or Alfred, I forgot. Alexia and Alfred are like, oh yeah, we're going to kill father, and then not gonna kill him, but turn him into like a very this grotesque monster called as Nosferatu. And then I am very excited on what they're gonna do with the Nosferatu fight because the Nosferatu fight in original RE Code Veronica is very annoying. And that is because of the poison, the camera angle of the boss arena, and yeah, the camera angle of the boss of the fight, and then the boss arena, which Nosferatu has like tentacles around him. Wait, no. Code Veronica Nosferatu. Nosferatu. Feratu. Yeah, this guy. This is Alexander Ashford. And he is going, yeah, he is one of the like most soft locking boss ever, if you don't know what to do, which I hope they improve upon. Obviously you improve upon, just like what they did with like the Krauser fight, the Sadler, the Salazar fight, yada 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 yada. They're going to fix that fight, and I'm very excited on what they're going to do with him, and what they're gonna utilize his like his poisoning, because like one of the key things about like Nosferatu is his poison attacks. So if you don't know, if you don't, and then Cold Veronica OG, his poison like mist, it's like very hard to see, so you don't know where is it going to stop or something like that. So I'm very excited on what you're gonna do with Nosferatu, and I believe, and then and like I love Nosferatu's theme in Code Veronica. Like, listen to this, it's so god. Like, just like what I said earlier, like I wish that, I hope that they're going to push with the orchestral. I'm going to push with the music of Code Veronica, because Code Veronica itself is very, very, very heavy in music, especially with its themes. It's like, it's so good. Like Code Veronica music is so good, especially the save room theme and such. It's so good, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you didn't hear that. It's a notification from some other people. Like, it's so good. And this type to Alexia. Yeah. Alexia's boss fight. Final boss fight. Just like I said, I hope that Claire is the one who's dealing the final blow for the Alexia boss fight. Not like not final blow. She's the one who's doing the final boss fight for Alexia. Like, there's so much they can do with like Code Veronica, because like, okay, I have this crackpot theory, or crackpot like want for like a Code Veronica remake. And that is, one of like the themes of like Code Veronica is like sibling love, and sibling being siblings. Like Alexia and Alfred Ashford are like a parallel to like Chris and Claire Redfield. Chris and Claire love, like, they don't love each other like romantically, but they love each other like sibling love. They love each other and they care for each other. Like Alexia and Alfred are like the opposite of that. So like, there's like a theming here that they can do with the final boss fight. Like, imagine Code Veronica, the Code Veronica remake. You play as Claire and you fight against Alexia, and then you switch between Chris fighting Alfred. Like, imagine if Alfred did not just die. He did not just like die like a gunshot from like Steve, like fall down and then like, Alexia, please, they killed me, Alexia, and like, I wish. If there's going to be like a want from me in Veronica remake. This is a big one, and that is Claire Redfield fighting Alexia, mutated Alexia, and then Chris Redfield fighting Alfred Ashford. Like imagine like a new mutated Alfred Ashford instead of him just dying in Alexia's laps. Alexia gave him like a serum to like live more and like, oh brother, I'm going to give you a serum for you to live. And like Alfred's like, oh sister, thank you so much for the serum. And then I'm going to grow big and monstrous for you. And like, oh my god, thank you. And like, oh yeah, they're going like, oh wow. And then like the twins, like, oh, I'm Alexia Ashford, and I'm like mutated, and like I'm a dragonfly, and then like Alfred Ashford is like an ant, mutated ant, and like, like they're gonna fight, and then like Alfred, and then Claire Redfield is like gonna be like, Chris, we have to fight them. Like Claire, and Claire and Chris is gonna be like, Claire, you take on Alexia, I take on Alfred, and like they're gonna fight, and they're like gonna split apart, and then like Alexia's like, you think you're the best sibling, a bitch? Where me and Alfred are the best siblings ever, and while you and Chris are like stupid people, and like blah blah blah, and they're gonna rule the world, and me and my brother are gonna rule the world, and I'm like, and then Chris is gonna be like, oh yeah, right, sorry. But but the Chris is gonna like, Claire's gonna be like, sorry, but our brother, but our sibling, but the Redfield bond. This sibling, like the Redfield bond, is stronger than Ash. And then like Claire's like gonna do like one like you think you're gonna do like, and then like they're gonna fight like, and then let's see, and then Claire and let's see like, and then like then like and then like and then you switch to Chris, and then Chris is like fighting his own final boss with Alfred, and like Alfred is like, you think you're like the best sibling, like I'm the best sibling, we're the best siblings, and like blah 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 blah, and then you're gonna fight. And I know people are gonna be like, but why is Chris going to fight Alfred when Code Veronica is when the rivalry between Chris and Wesker started? I'm not gonna say that, but like, this is just a big one for me, okay? Like, this is just a big one of me, like, Alfred and Alexia fighting against Chris and Claire because they're siblings. This is like one of the themings of Code Veronica, and it's siblings. We have like the positive, the positive twins, and then the positive siblings and the negative siblings. So yeah, but if they're going to do like, but obviously this is like a big one for me between like Alexia Ashford and Alfred Ashford, and then like Chris and Claire. That's like a big one for me. But like, I bet they're going to make like Chris going to fight a Super 2 Wesker, and then Alexia fights between Claire. I think you're gonna do that in the remake. I'm not very sure, but as long as Claire is not sidelined in the final boss, right? Okay, because this is Claire's game. As long as she just does not get sidelined and just wait in the fucking jet, because that's what she did in OG Code Veronica. She just waited in the jet. She prepared the jet so that she and Chris can escape. But like Chris is the one who did the final blow against Alexia, and like, this is Claire's game. Like, you wasted 90%, you wasted like 80% of your time playing as Claire, going through this hellhole as Claire, and then and then the final boss, she just waits at like the jet, prepares the jet, and then just waits for Chris, and then Chris is gonna do everything, like, even though Alexia is like the one who even though Chris is the one even though Claire is the one who did everything most of the game, the part. So yeah, yeah. I just hope that. Um, I just hope that I'm like very tired. But yeah, I really hope that that I'm going to listen to Code Veronica music. I hope that they fix. I just hope. What can you take away from this, from me rambling about Code Veronica? Well, I hope that they don't cut anything and they improve upon everything. That's it. That's all I want. As long as it's not changed, as long as it's not like butchered like RE3 remake, as long as that like that happen, I'm like, I just want Code Veronica to succeed and not be ridiculed like in RE3 remake. Because RG Code Veronica has like a bunch of problems, and if they just fix them in Code Veronica remake, like that's good. That's like heaven. That's all I want. That's all I ever want. That's all I want. I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope they do not butcher it. I hope so. That's all I hope so. Is that whatever I don't, I just hope that they improve upon Code Veronica and made it amazing and worth to play for. Because OG Code Veronica is a very mixed bag game, but it's my mixed bag game that I love, and I hope they improve upon it. That's all I wish. That's all I want. That's all I want. And now, yeah, I know. End credits. This video right here, you have to listen to it. Like the end credits of Code Veronica is so good. It's so good. I think after this, I'm going to end the stream. But yeah, this is Code Veronica. Look. Dun, 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 dun. dun, 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 dun. No, no, no. Oh, I forgot one of the notorious boss fights ever, and that is I just remembered Tyrant B playing boss fight because of this theme. Because if you don't know, this theme right here is the theme. This is the theme of Tyrant B playing boss fight. So when I was so obviously you just saw it, me like reminiscing the music of Code Veronica, and then I just have like neuron surgeon. But yeah, Code Veronica remake, the Tyrant B boss fight, Tyrant B playing boss fight. Okay, this is one of the most like notorious boss fights ever, and that is the Plane B boss fight. And I like just like any hopes. I hope they're going to change it. They're going to make. I bet they're going to make it very cinematic. I bet they're going to make like the boss fights very cinematic, just like what they did with like the the G Birkin boss fight in RE2 remake and RE4 remake with like Salazar and such. They're going to make it very I bet they're going to make the plane area very big, and they're going to fight the upturn like that. The area of the boss arena of the plane. Obviously it's going to be like a plane, but they might make it really big, more big for like an arena. So yeah, thank you so much, Resident Evil Code Veronica X end credits, for reminding me about Tyrant P playing boss fight because of the theme. Because Tyrant P playing boss fight in this is in this theme. But yeah, let's continue listening to music because I'm so like I love Code Veronica music so much. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There was a friendly but naive king who wed a very nasty queen. The king was loved, but the queen was feared. Till one day, strolling in his court, an arrow cured the. Oh. Then Alexia's theme. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. That was Nirvana. I still can't believe Code Veronica remake. Like, I'm not even done hyperventilating. I still have to talk about Final Fantasy 7. uh, I still have to talk about Final Fantasy 7. I don't own this stream and you see Vincent. You see Vincent like jumping from yeah, you see like the top of like my PNG tuber. You see like Vincent, yes. I'm still overwhelmed. Claire Tifa. Claire Tifa. Claire Tifa. Thankfully, in this stream, I don't have anyone watching me, so I'm very happy that I am hyperventilating and nobody here is watching me hyperventilate. But I'm gonna post this on YouTube. I bet in YouTube they're not going to see this at all since I don't have since like you're not going to see it. I bet the algorithm's not gonna make me see, not gonna let you see this, but Code Veronica. Code Veronica. And they removed the Veronica. But there is one like music in Code Veronica that I also like. The code is Veronica. The like no. It's called Code is Veronica. Like literally, like the music is just called The Code is Veronica. I believe this plays. Oh shoot, that's so loud. This plays in the Escape. Wow, includes Devil May Cry. So cool. Devil May Cry trial version. So cool. Capcom, please do not butcher the music. I will be pissed. I will be fucking pissed. I'm like in a Code Veronica pill right now. And then I'm like in a Final Fantasy 7 pill as well. Like I still have to talk about Final Fantasy 7. I still have to yap about that. But obviously, I'm so tired from yapping about Code Veronica. Code is Veronica. It's just so good. What? Let's hear about what? Let me. My autistic ass wants to hear the end credits again. No, that's one. Code Veronica. You're done. You're done, RE9. I listened to the music. I'm done. I've listened to like RE9's credit song for so long, for so many times now. Not now. It's end credits time. And also, if you guys not know, this like song right here. He but naive king who wed a very nasty queen. He once was loved, but the queen was feared. Till one day, strolling in his court, an arrow pierced the kind king's heart. He lost his life and his lady love. That is a piece of music from Code Veronica. Well, you're looking at it already. That is like a piece of like, it's called Berceuse, like Alexia's Berceuse, and it plays during like the music box of when you don't really hear the lyrics of it. You will hear like the music box when you watch like the flashback scene of like Alexia and Alfred when they were kids, the dragonfly scene. So the extended like music, the extended like piece Berceuse of Alexis Berceuse is in Dark Side Chronicles. So the part when I sang like the Queen was feared till one day strolling into his court, an arrow pierced the king's heart. That is an extended version of Berceuse in Dark Side Chronicles, which it doesn't play here in the original Code Veronica, but it plays in Dark Side Chronicles. Queen was feared. And this is the best part. I am come. I Code Veronica. Final Fantasy 7. I was hyperventilating Summer Game Fest, and there's like in Summer Game Fest, just like a lot of games that I'm still hyperventilating about. Like there's like Alien Isolation 2. And there's like the new game from the directors of like Shadow of the Colossus. There's I just cannot breathe. I just cannot breathe. Ugh. Oh yeah. Since I'm seeing this picture right now, this key art, yeah, I'm very excited to see RE Engine young Chris. I really want to see like pre steroids Chris. Yeah, and like yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah, I bet he's gonna be like. I wonder how they're going to make it because like his face model, because they really get the face model that they use like most of the time is like from RE5 Chris, and like I'm very excited to see like very thin Chris face, and I really want to see them like apart with Claire's face to see them. Yeah. I'm very excited. Uh, oh man, this like Alice telling me to do it again. To hear the music again. There was a friendly but naive king who wed a very nasty queen. The king was loved, but the queen was feared. Till one day, strolling in his court, an arrow pierced the kind king's heart. He lost his life and his lady love. I just cannot think at all. Code Veronica. What can I talk more about? Yeah, Claire's design. Okay. Claire's design. It's cool. It's okay. Obviously, I still miss like the very high waist pants of Claire's, but I think this looks cool, man. Like it looks cool. Yeah, you can see like the midriff of her outfit, just like the original Claire. The midriff. Obviously, she has sleeves and such. I wish like the jacket is like more red in code in like this Claire. Okay. Yeah. Because it's very like brownish color, like red brownish, like darker brownish red. Like it's like maroon color instead of like red, which I wish it's like more red when it comes to like its color. And then it's like a bunch of buckets. Like who the fuck? There's like belts. Like a bunch of belts. Like the Nomura designed this. There's like a bunch of belts. But yeah, I hope that this is like a midriff and I hope it's not like a tank top. It's like I'm so tired of the tank top and pants combo. I hope this is like a shirt. A shirt. This is like a shirt and a choker. And I think this doesn't look like a normal choker. It looks like well, I like I hope that's a normal choker. I hope so, cause like she has like a choker here, so I'm very excited. I'm going to corn in the plate this image right now. I don't give a shit anymore. Like I haven't like yeah, ooh yeah, like you can see like the original like Claire Code Veronica design. It has this wing motif, like this golden wing motif, and then they add and then for the remake, instead of like make it like very big, they just make it like a badge. Yeah, they really improve upon Claire's model from like. It's still insane that RE2 remake was in like 2019. It feels like it's just like was it that forever ago? Jesus. Yeah, like the pants. I wish it was high waisted. But yeah, the bell. Yeah. Dead by Daylight. All I have to say is that fuck you. You made Claire legendary skin. Unless you changed something in your category and made Claire like the first character survivor to like be a legendary skin and also like an original. But like you will never get this outfit anymore in Dead by Daylight, which is so fucking sad. Because they made Claire into like legendary skin, which just pisses me off. Like why? Like I have no problem with like Rebecca. I love Rebecca. I love RE0. I love Rebecca, but like really? Claire and Chris, legendary skins, E well, I have no problem with Ada, like I love Ada, but Ada and like it could be like it could have been Chris and Claire, but yeah. Oh god, I'm yawning. But yeah, Claire. Bro, I'm just I'm so like the video's supposed to be like 2 hours right now. Jesus. Oh God, I just hiccups. No, no hiccups, please, please, please. Anyway, and then where's the KR? Yeah, bro, they added. Okay, no, I thought it was the key art. Yeah, this is the key art. Ah, she looks so cool. Oh God, I love you, Claire. Look at her. She looks feral. Damn, like yeah. Well, we know damn well why Chris is Chris is the she's the alpha now. Chris, he calls himself the alpha. Well, it seems like Chris's little sister Claire is gonna be the actual alpha. Cringy shit. At least nobody's here. That's fine. At least nobody's here in this stream, and it's just me talking to myself. Ah, Claire, I love you. I hope the game doesn't butcher her at all. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. The Code Veronica doesn't deserve this, but anyway, I think this is gonna be it. Like I already like seen the trailer like 10 billion times by now, and yeah, I'm hoping for more trailers for like this and like the Game Awards and such. I'm hoping. But yeah, 2027 suicide postponed. I'm not gonna kill myself right now anymore. So I'm very happy to see this Code Veronica remake because it deserves it. And I hope the remake is one hell of a good product instead of a RE3 remake. And I bet I bet Capcom already learned from their lessons about um RE3 remake and what happened to it. Like it RE3 remake sold really well, but they know that it's very not that good receptionally. They know they see the uh the the problem with RE remake. But yeah, this is it. Bruh, I feel like I want to play like RE3 RE Outbreak, but like Code Veronica remake. One game that is going to make me feel Nirvana even more is a RE Outbreak remake. Wow, wow. Unless you're going to remake Survivor. RE Survivor, damn. RE Gaiden, no. To be honest, I think they're going to remake RE5. They're going to remake RE5 because like Code Veronica is like just like I said earlier, Code Veronica is the starting point of Chris and Resker's rivalry, and that is the also Code Veronica is also the game of when you meet super soldier Wesker or something like that. Yeah, you already meet like super powered Wesker now. This is the first game where you see him and you introduce two super powered Wesker, which he smacks Claire obviously all around across the across the island. No, across the blah blah blah. Yeah, he slaps Claire. But yeah, Claire Redfield, Code Veronica, and I'm still hangover about Code Veronica and then the 7 remake and then like, dude, this is I I have to live to 2027, bro. I have to live. I have to live for an Ari Outbreak remake. I have to live. But yeah, Claire, she looks hunk. thank you, I guess. I guess, you know what? For my. Thank you so much for watching this stream. First VOD, because in this stream, there's nobody here. I'm just talking to myself. But yeah, thank you so much for listening to the stream and see this Vincent picture. I still have to yak about Final Fantasy 7, bro. I still have to yap about that as well. I I just cannot breathe. Like I still have to breathe. I have to breathe. I have to live. I have to live. I have to live. I have to live to 2037. But thank you though for like listening to the stream. I'm so tired. But yeah, thank you for so much for listening to the stream. And I might play Outbreak or Minecraft. Like I'm itching to play Minecraft to like build something really good to code Veronica. That's how desperate I am. But yeah, I might stream like I'm so tired. But thank you so much for going to the stream. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you so much for going to the stream or this VOD. Watch this, I guess. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think I'm gonna talk about like Final Fantasy 7 later or like tomorrow or something like that. Or later. I don't know. But thank you so much. I have to like to like concentrate on my tasks in college. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for the wonderful stream. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. Enjoy this Vincent picture. Bye bye. Bye bye.